society.
Will in the Primus, elevating the house with glorious.
Are you occupied? I'm fit to burst and cowed. Now he positively burns.
He has all
Husband. A man who would never see you harmed by whim or circumstance.
Yes, so in the Star series Spartacus, especially the particular miniseries Spartacus, Gods of the Arena, Gaia and Lucretia are depicted as childhood friends who share a very deeply, intimate relationship, and obviously things is basically showcased during the series. But before we get into further details and discuss a little bit more about them, please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and let me know your thoughts down below. Basically, this series had been on my watch list for quite a while, but obviously, I didn't take, very much importance in watching it until very, very, very recently, when I was going through my to-do list and I saw, that I had this one on the watch list. So I was like, maybe it's time for me to finally take some time and to go see what it has to offer. Obviously, the story isn't new. If you guys don't know, if I'm not mistaken, it was released in 2011. So, it's almost like over 10 years ago. But I never knew about their plot until very recently. So we will be going into a very deep dive of everything that they have to offer on the show and how everything happened between them and what, happened, when it came to the final episodes of the series. So before we get into details, I want to say that the series has one season available and it is available to watch on Stars, if I'm not mistaken, on other platforms as well. So Gaia and Lucretia are, depicted as friends, like I already mentioned in the beginning. They have known each other, since they were very young and shared a long history of intimacy. So when they reconnected, occasionally, while they were walking through a market, you can just see that, from the moment that they reconnected and, brought their eyes upon each other, it was just an immediate spark, like nothing never happened or nothing never changed. So in this case, Gaia, her husband has passed away. So, she's in this very free women era. So when she re-encountered with Lucretia is married, to her husband. She cares deeply for her husband. She loves her husband. She's very supportive towards him and all of that. But when Gaia comes back in the picture, you can see that Gaia becomes like a very, very close companion of Lucretia. They spend a lot of time together. You can actually see there came a point that Gaia actually ends up, what I could see, move in with her and her husband, to live with Lucretia in this case and her husband. So the two ladies, they will spend a lot of time together. But obviously Gaia, she has her own dark, sides. She is very, very convincing when it comes to manipulating Lucretia to do things that she knows that her husband wouldn't be happy for her to be doing, especially when it comes to certain events, that they have going on during the series. If you guys want to know a little bit more about those events, I would highly recommend watching the series, because those events is actually what led to the tragic final that they actually end up having. So in this case, Gaia and Lucretia, and Lucretia's husband, they used to have like a three-way situation going on, having fun. But the main reason that Gaia also was interacting with Lucretia's husband is because of Lucretia. She's attracted to Lucretia, and if being involved with her husband will also make her happy, that's exactly what she did. But she never had no interest in her husband. It was only to investigate, to satisfy Lucretia in this case. You can see that Gaia, she knows the power that she has over Lucretia, and she just basically knows how to manipulate her in order to do everything that she wants her to do, with a smile, with just, being there, being supportive, and just she just knew how to maneuver around and to make things work, like I said, because of the events that, they used to take place, even though Lucretia, she was against it. But also at the end of the day, Gaia, she just knew how to convince her to get things the way she wanted it to be. Obviously, that also ends up causing a lot of turmoil between Lucretia and her husband, because her husband wasn't very happy with the present with Gaia, despite them having fun together. The three, he also came to a point that he wasn't very happy with her present anymore at the house. So as you can see, each episode, the couple get closer. They just have long conversations. They do the events that they were doing, having fun, communicating, just also reminiscing the past and a lot of things. Then later on, they came to this final event. If I'm not mistaken, it was on episode 4, where they had this big event going on, and obviously Gaia, she ends up getting herself involved with a man, and while she was getting herself involved with this a specific person, he actually ends up eliminating her in order to send a message to Lucretia and her husband. Obviously, when Lucretia went to look for Gaia after the party was over, she just saw her there, unfortunately eliminated, and she just broke down in tears, because that's the moment she realized she lost the person who she cares the most besides her husband. She lost a friend, she lost her lover, she lost a companion, she lost like somebody that meant so much for her emotionally, physically, so you can just see she got into this wave of depression, and she just wanted, in this case, to get revenge for what happened to Gaia. She even tried to convince her husband and her father-in-law for revenge, so that they can seek revenge for Gaia. But obviously her father-in-law was against it. Her father-in-law basically just told her that no, they're not going to seek avengers, they're going to let things be. The man that did what he did to Gaia, he sent a very strong message, and we're not going to get our hands dirty because of Gaia. She's not here anymore. It is what it is. But obviously that didn't sit very, very, very well with obviously Lucretia, because she wanted avengers. And that's exactly what she have dedicated the last episodes to do, to get avengers for everything that happened to Gaia. Yes, a very strong plot that they have going on. I have to say they have a very strong plot going on. One thing I have to say about this, and about them too, they have a very good chemistry. They have a really, really, really good chemistry, especially Gaia, the way she approaches Lucretia in certain situations, the way she communicates with her, the way she's just very like there on her all the time and wanting to be there for her all the time, just makes the story so much better. I definitely did enjoy their relationship. At the beginning I thought we wouldn't get a lot of camera time when it came to their story. I thought you would just be getting clips and glimpses, because like I said, I didn't know about the existence of the series. But I was quite, it was quite a pleasant surprise to know that they got a lot of camera time. And at the end of the day, Gaia, she brought herself into a messy situation that Lucretia was trying to avoid. But at the end of the day, Gaia, she paid the price for playing with very dangerous people, and unfortunately, things in this case, she got eliminated, and Lucretia, she had to live with this pain, and also somewhere somehow guilt, because all she could do after that event is just reminisce on the moments they had together, just trying to make sense of everything. She was just not herself. She was just losing herself, because she know that she lost somebody very, very, very special to her. If you guys don't know, the series has one season available. Yes, it has one season available with 6 episodes. Like I already mentioned in the beginning, it is available to watch on Stars, and if I'm not mistaken, other platforms as well. But I have to say, if I would rate their storyline from 1 to 10, I would basically rate it a strong 7 out of a 10. It was very cute, very intense. The chemistry between them is amazing. And then the reason why I will give it a 7 out of a 10, obviously, is because of the way it ended. And yes, very good plot. Go watch, go support. And if you have watched it, also let me know your personal opinion down below in the comments. And what would you, in this case, personally rate it from 1 to 10? So yes, guys, that's my very, very quick review regarding the story of these two ladies. Go ahead, go watch, go support. And like I already said, let me know your thoughts down below in the comments.